everybody. Swamp Fox News, Cooks, and Reviews coming at you. Man, I just wanted to reach out and point some things out to some people. In a lot of states, felons can too vote. In my state, felons can vote. So, other states as well. You need to look into it. If you're a felon and you've been believing for years and years and years that you can't vote in your state, maybe you can't. But I think it's 17 states you can. And I happen to be in one of them. All right, who we got with us? Sarah, how you doing, Sarah? I'm going to put you to work. You're now a mod. Thank you for joining my chat. Thanks for being here. Checking out my channel. Hopefully you'll come back and join us in the future. We love everyone. Everybody's welcome. So yeah, just to start off with, everybody who, you may have a drug charge, something weed when you was a kid or something, and you've always thought, oh, I can't vote because I'm a felon, whatever. You may have whatever the charge is. It doesn't matter. In a lot of states, after you've served your entire sentence and you're off probation, the day you're off probation, parole, whatever, the day you're off paper, you're done. Joe Public, Eric Johnson, how you doing? Thanks. Oh, great, Sarah. We're glad to have you. We really appreciate it. Everybody, this is Sarah. She's new to our channel. Please show her some love. Go to her channel. Show her some love over there. And we don't say the S-U-B word here because, if you do, if you say it, they will take them from you the next day. Everybody who showed you some love the night before will be gone the next day. So just be careful about that. But yeah, so anyway, just so we know, listen, with what's going on right now in Virginia, it's very important to pay attention, y'all. Okay? I got a few things to say about a couple things. I'm going to ramble back and forth a little bit. But Ryan, how you doing? Jenny, thanks for being here. Everybody needs to know these things, okay? Because I've admitted I'm a felon. I admit it, okay? I've admitted to y'all. I don't have no problem sharing that with y'all because I'm an honest person. I made mistakes in my past. And, don't get me wrong. I believe that prohibition is wrong and I shouldn't have any charges against me for drugs. You know what I mean? But, there was a time I was a flower dealer because I dealt marijuana in large amounts of it. But, I did it. Now I'm 50 years old now. I've been in business 35 years. I've been doing real good. I started trying to do good and at a young age. And I was doing a business and doing drug dealing at the same time. So the business was kind of the front. And I did that for years. And then I got in trouble. And a bunch of my friends went to jail. And it just, I went to jail. I got locked up. It's not a fun place to be. So I decided to get out of the drug trade and just do the business, which has been great. But I was facing charges, and so for a long time I was on the run, and then I finally turned myself in and and faced the music. I was facing 15 to 25 years. Thank God I had a great lawyer and that I had been doing good for years and I could prove it. I'd been a good businessman, I was in a good church, and I had friends behind me. The great lawyer was a friend of mine. He was also a Christian that went to my church, and it worked out, thank the good Lord. And I've been doing great ever since. But being a felon in some states means you can't vote, but here you can in South Carolina. So I'm just pushing everybody. You really need to, and I'm not pushing you to vote for anybody that I would vote for. I'm just saying look into who you need to vote for, or look into it and then vote your conscience. Because right now what's happening in Virginia, Monday they was having, I believe Monday coming up, or maybe it's in a week or two, but they was having a rally, a pro-gun rally that they have all the time. Peaceful people, citizens of Virginia, that was going to come out. Now, the governor has issued a state of emergency and said that nobody's allowed to bring guns there. All right? And so what's happening is they're trying to start another Charlottesville. If they can continuously have these bursts of crowds getting into fights and shooting and hurting or stabbing or running people over with cars, whatever, they can claim states of emergency, and then they take a little bit more of your rights away. The sheriffs there had to claim sanctuary counties for what counties they was over for their people, because the governor is trying to ban guns, trying to go against the Second Amendment. Y'all need to look into this. I don't know if y'all have. This is important stuff, because when it goes in one state, that's when it starts. All the people start, that agree with that will start in your state, and then eventually they'll try to take our guns. We're going to have a civil war if something don't happen soon. I mean, it's inevitable. And if you look at it, I'm telling you the truth. I mean, the governor so much as said he was going to call the National Guard out against his citizens. The National Guard said, nope, that ain't happening. First he said he was going to send the sheriff. The sheriff said, no, that ain't happening. Matter of fact, we're going to make everybody, it's going to be a sanctuary city or county, and I'm going to deputize everybody so they're legally allowed to carry their guns. We got the MCW joke. Thanks for being here, Chris Marcus. If I'm missing people, please bear with me. I'm driving. I'll go back and say hi. Please bear with me. This stuff's important. I need to get through it. You know me, I'll go off on 20 different time tangents. But y'all make no mistake about it. Y'all watch. What they did in Charlottesville was Antifa was there. Antifa's going to be there at this rally. They already said they're going to be there at this pro-gun rally, okay? Now, what's going to happen when Antifa's there? This is what happened in Charlottesville. They closed off streets and made sure that Antifa met up with pro-Trump supporters, people who was taking down the statues, whatever. Antifa's against everybody, okay? They're fascists. So they go there, and what happens? People get hit in the head with locks, they get maced, they get urine thrown on them, feces thrown on them, they get stabbed, they get beat with sticks and bats. Now, thank God, look it up. This one Antifa guy just went to prison finally for hitting the guy in the head with a lock. I think he's getting like 5 years. All right, that's awesome. He was a professor, dude, at a college. I mean, this is what's teaching our kids. I started to say last night, the government is the reason why we have Antifa. Because years and years ago, they came in, they took over the schools, and then they started giving everybody trophies and telling everybody that you don't have to work for things, that you can sit on the bench and get a trophy, and it's okay. You don't have to fight to be a leader. You don't have to fight to be on the team. You don't have to fight to be a good player. You're going to get that trophy or not. You're the most valuable player or not. Well, that's why we got a nation of wimps. That's why we got all these crybabies now that think they deserve everything for free. Man, I came from the working age when you got up. Look, we had chores to do and we had stuff we had to do. I got sent to the farm. I worked on my aunt and uncle's farm. I learned how to drive tractors and everything from a young age. We learned how to do everything from a young age in the country. You just had to do it that way. And you didn't get your allowance. You know what your allowance was? The roof over your head and the food in your belly and the lights stayed on and the water stayed on. Shoot, that was your allowance and you was glad to have it. And you helped your family, and that's the way it was supposed to be. Nowadays, I watch some of my younger friends that's got kids. They're like, get up and clean your room. I ain't cleaning it, you clean it. Why should I clean it? What? And they let them get away with it. They just go ahead and clean it. It's amazing to me what kids get away with these days. Because of spare rod, spoiled child went away. The government said, don't paddle the children no more. Put them in timeout. Stick them in a little room. Put them in timeout. After school detention. What did that do? They just get to hang out with their brat friends a little longer. And they cut up in after school detention. That's the truth. I mean, anyway, we just went off so left field. We need to get back on. America is great, okay? Even though there's a lot of bad things about it. The principle of America is a great thing. Now, we are living in a police state, and we got to change this, okay? We really do. Filming them and putting it out there is helping, but it's still happening. Look at what happened to Eric Brandt. He just got found guilty of what? Are you kidding me? Oh my God, it is so unbelievable. The travesties of justice that people go through, or injustice. It's not justice at all. But the red flag laws are important, y'all, because when it goes from one state, it's going to go to another. Now watch, I guarantee you that what's going to happen is they're going to send Antifa, or Antifa's already saying they're going to be there. They're trying to disarm the people who are going to go. So if you show up, you can potentially be arrested. They're already saying militias are coming, and that's why they had to do the martial law thing. So if you show up in a uniform and you're part of a militia, and then something breaks out, even if you don't start it, but something happens with your group, they can lock you up saying that you're a domestic terrorist and hold you because of the Patriot Act. See how it happened? See what happened when the Bush administration enacted the Patriot Act? Every year since then, they've chipped away at our rights a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And I'm telling you, it's already happening. And if you don't believe me, I've showed the videos on my page. Go back and look. Just go to YouTube right now. Don't take my guns, New Orleans gun grab, whatever. You'll see a 76-year-old woman getting beat up, slammed against the wall where they break her collarbone, drag her out of her own house, okay, and take her gun. All right, you'll see people held up by our own National Guard. Okay, let me take a drink because I'm a little bit emotional. I'm sorry, I just get so upset about it, Justin. Our own National Guard was walking with the local police. Cameraman walking by the National Guardsman, and they're talking. And National Guardsman says, "I hate to be here. I'd rather be overseas in a third world country," or something to that effect. You can watch the video. He may have said Iraq or whatever. I'm just saying he would rather be overseas fighting over there. And the newsman says, "Why is that?" He said, "Because if they don't give up because if somebody here don't give up their gun, I'd hate to have to shoot and kill them on our own soul." Okay? So, make no mistake about it. A lot of good things are happening right now with the economy, the stock market, jobs. I mean, we got the best economy in our lifetime, but we placate to the police a little too much in this administration. Make no mistake, and I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm independent. I'll admit I'm going to vote for Trump because of the economy, because of things that's going on. I don't think he's a moral man. I don't think he's a good man personally, but he is the right man for the job. And now, as a Christian, I'm just going to tell y'all, look this up. God uses immoral people to do good things. Okay? Look at King Cyrus of Persia. He saved Babylon. Okay? Look it up. All right? He saved the Israelites. Look, and God knew 100 years before he used them that he was going to use them. Okay? I mean, I'm a businessman. I've been in business for many, many years. I know what the economy's done under many different presidents, okay? And I know what the economy's done under this president. And I know that more people are working today than in any time that I've been alive. And the economy's better today than in any time I've been alive. And, everybody I know who lives here in South Carolina, I can't find good people. Right now, I've been trying to hire somebody to help clear my land. And it's like, nope. They want an absorbent amount of money, you know what I mean, to do it. I'm just talking about everyday working people. Okay, but let's get to the point. And I may lose some subscriber over this, but I'm just going to be honest, I always have. I don't think he's a moral man, okay? I don't think he's an honest man, but I don't think he's a prejudiced man. I think a lot of stuff that is told about him is lies. I watch a lot of things. I've watched every hour of the congressional hearings, just so y'all know. I watched every hour of it, and I've read the transcripts myself. I suggest y'all do that. Baby Watchman, what's up, my brother? How you doing, man? It's been a long time. I'm so glad to see you here. Eric Johnson, Lady D, Trump said, thank you for being here. MCW Joker, Chris Marcus. I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody, and I hope y'all stay my friend and stay, it's not that I'm trying to hurt anybody. I'm just telling the facts as I see it. And as a person that's always been honest with you guys, I'm going to be honest with you guys. And, if you look at the other plans all these other people have, I mean, yeah, it's a great utopian world to say we're going to give everybody free everything, but it never works. It never works. Look at Russia. It didn't work there. It didn't work in Germany. It didn't work in Venezuela. Look at Venezuela right now. Socialism doesn't work. What works, you know what works, and what's working right now in the United States is people getting up, getting out of bed, and going to work. Now, do I believe in helping people who need it? Yes. If you are down on your luck and you need a short period of help to get that next job, I'm going to help you. If you need a lifetime help because you're disabled and you truly are disabled, mentally ill, sick, elderly, or a child, this covers all them. So people say, oh, you don't want kids to eat. Yes, I do. Okay. I will help anybody who truly needs it. But the best help you can ever have is to get a job, and let me tell you how to do that. Listen, look, I got people that'll tell you this. That's worked for me in the past. One thing about it, if I've had to fire them or if they quit, they went away with knowledge. I taught them how to do plumbing, electrical, painting, woodrock, carpentry. They went away with skills that now they can go to another place and better themselves. Okay, I've had people start with me at $7.50 an hour that left making $20 an hour. Why? Because I built them up. They got so good that they was making that much money before they left and went, done some other things. Matter of fact, I got Louder is one of my very best friends. He is Mexican. He started working for me in 2004. Him and his wife, but he got married later. Okay, but to this day, I would do anything for him. The guy is one of my best friends. I love him to death. But when the economy went south under Obama, I had to change gears, man. I had a big crew. I had vans all over the place, working everywhere. We was painting, remodeling, building, doing all kind of stuff. So, I mean, I'm telling the truth right here. This is right here in South Carolina. The people who know me know I'm telling the truth. I was rocking and rolling. And these are some of the hardest working people. And I love them to death. And I would do anything for them. And they'll tell you that when times was great, dude, I mean, I was paying them, giving them bonuses. Always on Fridays, we'd show up at the restaurant. And we'd get off early on Fridays. I'd pay everybody and feed everybody. We'd eat together. I loved everybody. Okay? But then the economy tanked. And what could I do? I couldn't keep everybody, but I tried. Until 2008 to 2010 got rough for us. It really did. The housing market crashed. All kind of stuff happened. I mean, and so I had to lay some people off, people who I dearly loved. But I had money and savings, so I kept working them. I would use, if I would need 3 people on this job, I'd use 5 or 6 on it, even though I didn't really need them. And I was breaking even on jobs just to keep them working because I was hoping something would change and that it would get better, but it didn't. So on the 3rd year, I just basically let most people know that I was laying them off, this, that, and the other. And it was tragic, man. I love these people. But I helped Louder and a few of them get started in their own thing to where they can go do contract work for a few different people. And man, he has built his own little company right now. He is very successful. He just went out and bought a $20,000 vehicle about 6 months ago. He's before that he had bought a new vehicle the year before that. I mean, he's doing really good. I'm so happy for him, and it's I'm glad to do it. I'm glad that he succeeded because he's an honest person. I mean, he really is. He's a good person. He would help anybody. But we're living in a time that people are going out beating each other in the head with bricks and clubs and knives and stabbing them and throwing stuff in their face just because of who they supporting for president, and that's wrong. We live in America. You're supposed to have your freedom of choice, your freedom of speech, and if you don't agree, that's okay. Listen, I know people don't agree with me here. I get the phone calls, I get the text messages, I get the emails, and I see it in my chat. You don't have to. I still love you. I don't block you. I want you to come here and talk to me and tell me why you don't agree. And that's okay. And you know what? Sometimes y'all say things and I go, oh yeah, you know what? I agree with you there. That's why I don't think he's a moral man. You're right. But how about the economy? Is more people working today? Is there 6 million jobs open right now that people could fill? Yes, there's 6 million jobs needed to be filled today. 160 million people are working today. More people are working today than any time in history since World War II. Okay? And they're good jobs. Listen, I promise you, right now, people went from making $7.50, $8 an hour at Lowe's to $11, $12, $13 an hour to getting hired at. Call any Lowe's around here. Every one of them's hiring. Every Home Depot's hiring. Almost every restaurant around here is hiring. Okay. Matter of fact, some of the restaurants, a lot of Burger Kings around here and some other fast food restaurants have actually went out of business, some Hardee's too, because they can't find good enough help, okay, that will actually come to work, on time. Restaurants hard to do, even a fast food restaurant. You got to get up early if you're working early shift. You got to, prep everything, get everything ready. You really got to be motivated for that. So what happened is they gave raises, but they didn't get the same quality of worker for the raises they got. So it ended up they had to close some of their stations down because you just can't do it. If you're getting poor service and you're paying a higher wage, people ain't going to come and keep buying the burgers from there because they taste bad. They took a long time to get them. The fries was cold and whatever else. Okay, so say what you want. I love everybody, and I hope that y'all all stick with me. I'm just being honest, and I don't talk politics a lot, but this is important about the red flag law. And what I'm trying to tell y'all about Virginia is here's what's going to happen, y'all. They're going to, Antifa's going to be there. They're already saying it. And if they're disarming these people, and good people do show up, just like they did in Charlottesville, they cordoned off streets and made them meet. There was no way out. They had to go the same direction. They ended up meeting in the middle. Look at it. Look at the videos. Look at all the backlash since then about what's happened. Okay, I mean, just look at everything. It's amazing. It's amazing, what has happened and the things that are going on and whatnot. Actually, I need to go to the other place real quick. It's just amazing, what they're going to do. And so Charlottesville, that poor girl got ran over by that guy because one, I mean, I'm not taking up for that guy. He was crazy, but he was also scared. People was telling him not saying it was right. The girl got killed, and I'm so sorry for her and her family. But how would you react if 500 people surrounded your car and started beating on it? Would you try not to take off? I mean, the whole situation was done by the government. They made it happen. The police forced them to be together. That's why that happened. Okay. Now, mark my words, that if this happens and they disarm these people and he keeps this state of emergency going on and these people go there, watch and see if something violent don't happen. Watch and see if if some people don't get hurt, stabbed, beat, maybe even killed again. And if it does, that's where more of your rights at that point, because they're going to say, see, these people who claim to be good gun-toting, Second Amendment right people are, they claim to be good and this, that, and other, are coming here stirring up trouble when it's really going to be the other way around. It's going to be Antifa that's going to start the trouble, but they're going to use the fact and say that it was the good Second Amendment people that came there, and they probably even have planted a couple people. That's what they do. They get people to go out and join these militias, and these people aren't violent. They're just Second Amendment, following the Constitution, and so they'll put a plant in there, and these people hang out with them for years, thinking that they're friends, and then when it comes time to a rally like this, it'll be one of them that explode and do something violent, and really he's just a government shill who was put in there by the government. Go to Atlas Bunkers, y'all. Watch the video where this bunker guy, not Atlas Bunker, but another bunker guy, ratted on a guy he was building a bunker for. Bo, he did 3 years in prison, man. This guy, because he was working for the government. He's been working for the government. He's in trouble. He's been in trouble. The Atlas guy exposed him. Now, just the other day, a couple weeks ago, so they trying to get back at the Atlas guy. Somebody shot and killed his editor that works for him. Shot him in the head and killed him sitting in his car. Didn't rob him, just walked up and shot him in the head and left him for dead. And he died. So, I mean, this is truly what they're trying to do. They're trying to make us hate each other. They're trying to push us against each other. They're trying to turn us against each other. Listen, we're all humans, man. We got to stop this. And the thing is, though, we got to watch what goes on in these other states. If we got to push our congressmen and our legislation, we got to get out and vote. That's what I'm trying to tell you about South Carolina. You can vote as a felon. If you're on probation, you can. If you're on parole, you cannot. But the day you're off probation or parole, you can register and you can vote. And it is important that you vote your conscience and you look into this stuff. Do you want a nation where we don't have no guns to protect ourselves by enemies, foreign and domestic? Meaning, why do you think the Second Amendment was added in our Constitution to protect our First Amendment. Without a Second Amendment, you have no First Amendment or any other amendments. You just don't have it. Yeah, make no mistake. I mean, here's the thing. So when y'all hear me say about guns, well, I can legally carry a gun too, and people laugh at me. My buddy was laughing at me because the guns I have are black powder guns, 6-shot revolvers, 45, Colt 45, baby. And I don't give a crap if I got a packet. It holds 6 bullets and it'll shoot when ready. And I got 2 of them. So I'll shoot you 12 times. You might kill me, but I'm going to get you 12 times. You know what I mean? Black powder rifles too, so it's kind of funny. I go through, my friends are like, yeah, I'll take my 15-shot whatever any day over your 6-shot. I said, well, I would too if I wouldn't have made mistakes when I was younger, but thank God federal law says I can have this, so it's a great thing, to live in this state for that reason. But we are also like last for everything, South Carolina's, we're almost last to do anything. The only reason we got a lottery is because they call it education lottery, because believe it or not, we used to have businesses around here, thriving businesses, and don't get me wrong, you believe in gambling or you don't, but they had poker machine houses. They'd be places called like the Coffee Cup or whatever, and they was just little places that served coffee and donuts and had 10 or 12 poker machines in them, and they outlawed them. They said gambling was illegal and it's immoral, and we're a Bible Belt state, so we got to take the gambling out. Okay, so everybody fought about it and everything else, and they fought it for years, but finally got it out. It's illegal now. You can't have poker machines and all that in South Carolina. Put thousands and thousands of people out of work. Made companies that was here that made poker machines, you can't even make them here no more. Made companies that was here making poker machines close their business and move to another state that would allow them to make poker machines here. It's unbelievable what the government does. And so anyway, they closed down I'm sorry, I'm trying to think about what I'm doing. So anyway, they I lost track of thought. Sorry. Give me a second. Let me back up. So anyway, long story short, I done lost exactly where I was at. Sorry, but pulling in here. Hey, baby. The dogs are coming up. Inflation works for everything, but long-term dollar bills, savings, and power lessons over time. Inflation only does wages inflate. It's inflated below wage. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I know things got better from people around here in my state, I mean, honestly, it really has, and in a lot of other states too. I went to Colorado this weekend. Let me tell you something. We stayed at a casino for 2 days, and all tables was full. Not all the time, they had down times where some of the tables was shut down, but that was just probably like around 3 to like 6 in the morning. People would start rolling back in, but it never shut down totally. The slot machines was always being used, poker tables was always being played, so somebody's making some money. Economy's good somewhere. And I'm living it, y'all. So but watch and see, y'all mark my words, if the Supreme Court of Virginia does not overrule this crazy governor and let them people go in there with their guns, I guarantee you, or even if they do, Antifa's going to start trouble, and it's going to be a big fight, and then they're going to come out and say, it's going to be all over the media, see, that's why we need to take the guns, see what happened, somebody got fight, somebody got shot, something happened because of these crazy gun-toting nuts, Yeah, government is corruption, man, make no mistake. Now again, like I was saying, you got David. Look at David in the Bible. Look, God uses immoral people. Okay, and again, think what you want. There's a lot of things about Trump that I don't like. Okay, like him militarizing the police. I don't like that at all. They're militarized enough. They don't need all these Humvees and all this stuff. That's crazy. Okay? No, guns don't kill nobody, and there's no such thing as an assault rifle, y'all. There is no such thing as an assault rifle. Rifles cannot assault nobody, and even the name AR does not stand for assault rifle. That's the propaganda machine. It stands for Armalite Rifle, the name of the company who makes it. Okay, so, you know, hey, who's taking away Joe Public's comments, y'all? Look, I make y'all mods, but not to do that. I don't want y'all taking anybody's, unless it's like, don't remember now, the only way that I let y'all, if they're saying somebody should be raped or killed or something to that effect, even a cop, I don't want nobody to say a cop should be killed or whatever in my page. I don't want to hear that. That's not a good thing, okay? Other than that, if it's YouTube doing it, I'm sorry, but if somebody's blocking it, please don't do that, okay? I'd appreciate it. But let me see, Ryan and KS, Sewer Dog, my brother, Chris, Joe Public, MC the Pyro, 1997, Mister, how you doing? Thanks for being here. Ain't seen you in a while. Trump said, Amish drywall. Man, I'll tell you what, Wayne Rogers, a lot of great people. Shardy, what's up? Lady D, man, I'll tell you what, y'all are some great people. I love seeing you here. I really appreciate y'all showing up and being a part of my family, you know. And again, I always just try to be honest with everybody about everything. And, you know, there's nothing that you can't call me and say, hey, you know, I wanted to ask you about this. You was mentioning that this happened to you in your life, or you did this in your life, or you did that in your life. Tell me more about it or whatever. I don't mind. I'm an open book. I'll never lie to you. And but I also, as a businessman, I know what's going on. And also as a patriot, a Second Amendment, First Amendment patriot, someone who does love this country. And although it's been going in the wrong direction, I was trying to tell y'all on the stream last night, remember, you know, this is a corporation now. It's all about making the money. How do you go into Congress? Look, think about this, people. How do you go into Congress making $176,000 a year and maybe having a net worth of $500,000, maybe $1 million? Now, not all of these. Some of these people went in as multimillionaires from family and stuff. But some of these people go in not worth dirt and come out worth $100 million, $50 million, $200 million. How do you think it happens? It happens. See and say, what's up? It happens just like this, just like what you see what's going on. Joe Biden is over Ukraine. He tells Ukraine, the corrupt energy company over there, to give my son a job on the board. So he's getting between $50,000 and $86,000 a month. So you don't think Joe Biden's getting a part of that? Of course he is. Of course. And his son's the lackey. His son's just the patsy. All right. And that's how it happens. Not only that, look up this. And y'all think, listen, I'm just telling y'all, look it up. Don't take my word for it. Y'all look it up and then decide for yourself how to feel about it. Nancy Pelosi's son also sits on another board of another corrupt energy company in the Ukraine. Did y'all know that? How do you think she's a multimillionaire making $176,000 a year? Okay. These people are corrupt. Did y'all know this? Look this up. Did y'all know that in 2016, it came out in 2016 that Congress, because of all their sexual misdoings and harassment and assaults and rapes, had a slush fund to where they would quiet these people with money to the tune of $17 million of our tax money? Did y'all know that? See, this kind of stuff that a lot of people don't know. You know, they just think, well, I go to work and my taxes, you know, they take it right out of my check. So, you know, what can I do? Well, you can elect different people. Okay? All right? You can elect different people. And again, it's kind of like a Ponzi scheme, you know, because you see illegal voting goes on. You know, they had 86,000 illegal registered voters in Texas. 56,000 of them voted in one county alone. Okay, that's what they found so far. You can go to Rick Abbott's or Ken Paxton's channel. That's who the governor of Texas and the attorney general. You can look at them; they'll tell you all about it. people are illegal voting in states. So your vote. So you have to get out there and vote. If you're old enough to vote, you need to. If you're a felon and you've been believing for years that, hey, I can't vote because I'm a felon, check your state. Make sure that's true. Because if you can vote, your vote needs to be heard. Okay, we all need to get out there in 2020. We need to do the congressmen, the senators, and the local government too. Anything that's going to go on in 2020, you need to stand up and vote. This is a God-given country. Man and government don't give us our rights. God gave us our rights. Okay, the day you was born, you have all these rights. The right to be a human, the right to walk through these woods, to shoot a rabbit, to skin it, to eat it, to go over there in that pond and to fish it. But no, the government wants to get involved and say you can't do this. In California, they want to say you can't even go out in your own backyard and drill a shallow well to water your plants with because we own the water. We own the land right. No, you don't. You don't. That's what's happened to our government today. We need to take it back. I think we are on a good economic path. I think we're on a good path to recovery for a short time. And if we don't do something good in 2020, we definitely need to keep this economy going. You know, look into this stuff I've been telling you about. And if you think the economy, well, there ain't no thinking. It's actually the truth. If you'll see the economy as it was and the economy as it is. Now, here's another. How about the tax cuts? I know many people that the tax cuts are helping big time. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Um, uh, uh-oh. Did it go out? How is it? Give me ones if if I'm still here. It just started streaming, started rolling. You're good. Okay, cool. All right. So anyway, um, man, I'll tell you what. I need to write this stuff down and stay on bullet points. But yeah. So anyway, hey buddy. Um, y'all want to see some beautiful dogs? Check these dogs out. Oh, look at the massive dogs. What's up, baby boys and girls? Hey, buddy. Look at that big old boy. Big old head. What's up, buddy? Oh, my goodness. What's up, baby girl? Oh, my goodness. Look at them paws. Look at that. Look at that big old dog. Look at the paws on that fella. Hey, dang. What's up, buddy? Anyway, I got to do a couple things. I really do. I need to get to it. So if y'all want to stick around, I need about 10 or 15, well, about 10, maybe 8 to 10 minutes. I got to unload stuff real quick, and then I could be back with you. If y'all stick around, I'll get back to the topic on hand. But just remember, voting is important. You need to look into this stuff. You need to see what matters in your state, what matters to you in this federally and in your statewide. You need to vote for the right people because 2020, there's going to be some of your state people's going to be up for local government. You're going to be there anyway. You need to vote. If you're a felon, check in your state, see if you can vote. And if you can, then you need to start looking into this stuff and see who you think is the right person to vote for. It's very important that you're diligent on this stuff. Give me a few minutes. I'll be back. I love you all. If you leave, God bless everyone. See you soon. almost there, guys. Sorry. Sorry guys, I'm almost there. The ones that stick around get to see my cleared land with the trees removed. I'm about to go back over there in a few minutes. Y'all gonna faint when I show y'all my van. All right. Wow. Good video held on. That's awesome. Y'all are awesome people. I'll finally show y'all. Y'all remember how awful my was? I finally got it. This is what I call. This is finally organized, y'all. It looks like it's not, but believe it or not, it is. I just have a lot of stuff well, like these are lights. I'm going to go install these lights next couple of days. So they'll be gone. There are 10 of them. And then these are my little toolboxes. I use the cat litter boxes, keep my electrical plugs and light switches and stuff, plumbing parts, shark bite fittings and all that. Got your little PEX, DeWalt drills, DeWalt saw, and then I keep like stuff I need, you know, right up there. Anyway, I can't never find nothing. Even when I put it here, it stays good for about a couple of days. Got some tools up there, got some tools all under here. But when I need something, I can't ever find it. Stuff like this being in the way is aggravating. So I'm gonna build a system up here that's gonna be hang down from the roof. It's gonna come down about right here. And so I can keep stuff like this up on, oh, I'm sorry. Dang nabbit. So I can keep stuff like this up in the air. I'll be able to keep a lot of stuff off the floor. And anyway, so that's coming soon. But finally it's clean. I don't know if y'all remember what it looked like. Now the front, I'm still working on the front, y'all. But I got a good bit of it done so far. That's a little guitar, my chainsaw, and then I got to take that back. That's a printer. But the dashboard, this is the front's next. But I got the back finally done. Anyway, give me just a couple more seconds. Sorry about that. Y'all still there? I accidentally hit the button to stop it. All right, give me a second and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm coming. All right, boy. All right, let me put my glasses on, see what we got going on. All right, let's see. Joe Public. Emma, no, what's up, darling? Glad to see you here. Thank you for being here. No Justice, what's going on? Yeah, today, mister, it's well kept today. You should have seen it the other day. It's so funny. I'm a pain in your butt, huh? Okay. I'll take that. Well, if it'll get you to think for yourself and do some research, that's awesome. I don't mind being a pain in somebody's butt. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna ride around, let y'all see what I got done on clearing the land so far. These stupid dogs, get out the way. You gotta watch out for them because they'll dart right across the front of you. Get out the way. Let's see if I see the dogs in there. They'll get up to them white flags and they'll stop. Let me slow down in case one tries to dart in front of me. Dogs are crazy. And white flags got a shock collar, a shock line under it. I want to pet your Furbies. trying to bite the tire. Hey dummy, you can't bite that tire. Keep going. Yeah, so they done stop. They stopped about 10 feet back. They'll get shocked if they keep going. Let's see. Oh, Joe and Emma. Okay. Well, that's cool. Anyway, yeah, we'll go around the corner. But let me get back to a little bit about what I was saying. So again, you know, there's a lot of felons out there that don't vote because they don't know that they can vote in their states. So in all states, not in all states that you can vote. In South Carolina, you can vote. To all my South Carolina brothers and sisters who may be a felon for whatever reason, the man put the charge on you. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, all charges are bogus. I'll admit to my wrongdoing. But needless to say, you know, you should never be charged with drugs. I mean, you know, it works in Amsterdam, it'll work here, okay? Prohibition should not be allowed in the United States, but it is. But needless to say, we've got a problem coming up. Y'all mark my words. Let's see what happens. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, y'all. But I do believe that they're going to pop off a fight between Antifa and the good people who are just there to be able to use their Second Amendment right and their First Amendment right. I believe it's going to be a big fight. Someone's going to get hurt, probably pretty bad. That's going to be the next pop-off point. Look what they're already doing. They're using the excuse of, you know, don't get me wrong, I hate when anybody gets killed, but, you know, less people get killed every year by gun than, like, blunt force object, hammers, and stuff like that, knives, and, you know, but I hate when anybody gets killed. But you need to protect yourself. 500,000 to 3 million people each year get saved by a legal gun owner saving them or themselves. It's a fact. We need our Second Amendment. But government comes in to take over everything. No, I'm not going to Virginia, but the thing is, if it happens in Virginia, it's going to start happening here. Look, it started in New York, and now look, New Jersey. Look at all the people with gun laws against the Second Amendment. And the more it happens, the more states that do it, And if you keep getting all these dang liberal left-wing governors that are enacting stupid laws that are just hurting the citizens of the United States and just filling their own pockets, it's wrong. Listen, these governors have armed guards around them. Okay, Governor Newsom, he don't care if he takes your guns because he's got armed guards around him and will have for life. You know, it's ridiculous. He'll always have armed guards. Do you? You got armed guards going everywhere with you and your family to protect them? No. You need to protect yourself. And if you are one of those people who would rather sit at home and collect free money from the government, I'm here to tell you, the government has no money. You're not getting free money from the government. You're getting free money from me, from my friends, from your family. You should want to work. You should want to get up and do things for yourself. Again, if you're handicapped, mentally ill, a child or elderly, you don't count, okay? But for every able-bodied man and woman working age should be working. And if you're not, then you shouldn't be living off anybody. Period. We need to watch out what happens, and we need to stand up for our brothers and sisters in Virginia. Y'all need to start talking to people, finding out what's going on. Oh crap, and looking into this stuff. I missed the turn, y'all. I actually turned the wrong direction. I was going to my land. Dummy. Be there in 2 minutes. So also, to the felons out there, look into it, please. It's important. If your state lets you vote, you need to vote. You need to look into your local government. Vote out your local senators or senate or congressman. Anyone who's not doing their job right, or you can see is corrupt. Like here, Henry McMaster, I won't vote for him. He's corrupt. He's corrupt. Even though he claims to be a good governor, he's not. Look at most of his cabinet are under indictment. Plus, on a personal note, I know personally that he's friends with people who own it's called Braxton Bridge. It was a slave plantation. Now it's a hunting lodge type thing. And they was recommended for arrest and indictment. Clearly broke the law on video and was by the FAA was recommended for indictment. And Henry McMaster told our AG not to pursue it, to let it go. No charges were ever filed. Now you let that be or you, and we'd be in prison right now. Okay? So it's unbelievable, the corruption. But just because he's rich, the owner of Braxton Bridge is rich, he's a millionaire, he owns a big plantation, and he supports Henry McMaster. So he's allowed to do nothing. And we got an AG that supports that. The AG, what I don't understand, the Attorney General was elected here. They're elected here. So how in the world why would he cower to McMaster? Well, because he's corrupt too. work together. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Period. Almost to the land, y'all. Exactly. That's when you have to bypass the AG. Exactly. And they're all corrupt. Listen, you can go. I mentioned this channel yesterday. It's called Kip, K-I-P Simpson, a reality reader. He's got a YouTube channel and some other social media. I watch his channel. I just started watching about 4 months ago. The guy has a lot of great content. He's always finding people who are in politics corrupt and getting arrested in states. Not the Washington people, but the state people. And it's really interesting to see who they run with in Washington. Something to look into. Go to Kip's channel and tell him I sent you. Let me unlock this gate. We'll go back there and check the land out. Lock this chain on. Other little things to cut down, and I'm gonna cut some more. I'm clearing the road I gotta go to. See, I remember I told y'all that this side got rocks. See, right there where I already almost got stuck, so I'm not gonna be going that way no more because there ain't no rocks that way. But this driveway has rocks under it, so under the grass and all. Y'all can see I done went through here and cut some bunch of them back. Not enough. Come through here with the bush hog and bush hog it all down over the driveway part. See, I'll be coming home to this every night. Man, will nobody be bothering me. I'll be out here in the woods. I'm gonna be clearing this little bit of brush. Darn it. Be clearing this little bit of brush right here out too, but I'm gonna bush hog all this down right here, as you see, and then I'll be making a left into here, and this will be where I'll be parking. You know, I'll have a gate probably a gate like right here, and it's going to be it's going to be an automatic gate. It won't swing open. It'll roll open on a roll wheel system. But I'll have over here, I'll have like a little house with a garage door opener in it. That's all it'll be. And it'll pull the gate open that way on a chain system and a rolling bar chain system. And then it'll shut it, open and shut it. And then I'll just drive like right in here where these stumps are. I'm going to have rooted up. This will probably be my parking in this area right over here. And then my home's going to be right here. You see, we done all them trees I dropped. See where all the trees, all the stumps, all over the place. Cut them up. And Fred and Roger came over here. Well, Austin started moving some one day, and then Greg and his brother came over. Fred and his brother Roger came over and moved the rest. But I got to cut these stumps here lower. That's what I'm about to do now, is lower the rest of these stumps that are up. I'm going to cut them low to the ground. This is where the well and all this, and septic tank. Anyway, so this is where it's going to be, y'all. That's what we got done so far. I'm going to come through here, like I said. Now, some of these are already cut low, like that one there. I'm going to clean around it, maybe still cut it a little bit lower. Like this one here needs to be cut. Ow, ow. I need to go ahead and cut this stuff right here down. This brush, that's going to be my power pole, so I need to get it cleaned up and get a new service put in. I ain't going to use that old service panel. But yeah, this is it. I love it, man. I love it. Look how them woods just go way on back, way on back. I'm surrounded by nothing but wood. Uh-oh, there they go trailing, y'all. Let me catch them in the act. There he is. Yeah. Going right now. Look at beside it. See how it's already spread from the ones earlier? And he's crisscrossing. See how he's crisscrossing right there? See, that's how they do. They crisscross them. And then they end up turning into that. And then they spread them with the heart ionic. And then you see there's another one. As soon as it focuses. Yeah, they're making us sick. That's why everybody's getting sick these days. It's crazy. But yep, this is it. So I'm gonna go ahead and y'all go ahead and say your goodbyes, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and oh, there's a lot of the trees right there, and there's some on the other side too. But anybody want some free pine trees for burning? Let me know. There's another stack back there. Wow, I didn't expect them to walk them that far. I told them they can put them right there. All right, cool. Anyway, yep. I love it. All right, listen, y'all have a great day. God bless everyone. Look into the red flag laws. Look into what's going on in West Virginia. Look at New Orleans gun grabs. Don't take my guns. Look at the people getting beat up by our own government. Guns taken by force, going in their house, kicking in their door, stealing their stuff. It keeps happening, guys. The more it happens in one state, it'll keep happening in others. So I need to look into it. If you're a felon, you can vote in a lot of states. Check into it. Maybe you can vote in yours. You maybe never voted before, didn't know that you could. You can. If you can, vote. And let's see. Oh, also, if you're a felon, you can also, if it's black powder, replica or real, you can carry a gun. So you can own a gun. So that's a myth too that you can't. So you need to look into that. But anyway, all right. God bless everyone. I love you all. Have a great day. Bye.